So welcome back to Building Kaminos, Uprising in Lego, episode 5. And as you can see, there's only two platforms left. The left one isn't changed, while the right one is heavily modified. And this is a replanning video, and I'll show you why I did these changes in a while. So let's get to it. So as you may know, I was on the clock with the Kamino mug because I went to a convention, the Berliner Steinewan in Berlin, and I took Endor and Kamino, and the setup was a catastrophe because it was my first time displaying, and I had to rebuild everything again because the modules broke on the way. But the LOC members were really nice and they helped me with the setup, and thanks a lot for that, and also thanks a lot for the Berliner Steinewan organization. And since you have a lot of responsibilities and you have to take care of your setup, I didn't have that much time to take photos, and what the photos I took, I'm going to make a video of it for the Berliner Steinewan, so stay tuned for that if you want to see it. And well, we'll continue to the mock. Okay, so planning. So the main dome is going to be scrap, and the reason for that is because I don't like it. It's way too messy, it has a lot of studs, so I'm going to design it studless. And this design was an emergency design for the convention. So speaking of which, I'm going to make 4 platforms instead of 2, and it's going to be a half a dome instead of a quarter dome. Regarding the wall pattern design, as you can see, the one from 2005 is quite repetitive and boring, so I'm going to move to the architecture from 2017, which is way more interesting and it has way more patterns which are repetitive. Also for the platforms, I'm going to move on from design from 2005 to 2017 because it's way more round, and as you can see, it has also the instructions where Anakin is standing and the one marked on red. So this structures already made. This is a prototype, and I like it so far until here. Here's the point where I start not to like it because this is way too thin for a whole platform. It looks kind of ridiculous. So I'm going to change this design and I'm going to make this thicker. I don't have the parts right now, so it will be in the future. But right now I'm really glad with this structure, and it looks really clean, and this kind of hallway is also pretty nice. So as you can see, you cannot really see that a lot happened in this, but actually internally it happened a lot. And I also divided these panels in order to make place for the new bridges. And if you look underneath, the structure also changed, and now there is more support beams. There used to be 4, now there's 8 of them in all 8 different directions of the octagon. And I also changed the design here so that these beams are attached to the main structure, not to a Technic brick down below. So overall, internally there were a lot of quality of life changes to make the platform more stable, which sadly you can see because if you look to the old design, there's like really not much difference. But yeah, so this will help me to make a more stable design, which I'm going to upload to Bricklink. I'm going to try to sell instructions. I mean Rebrickable, not Bricklink, but you know what I mean. And yeah, so I guess that's it for now, and stay tuned for the next update. I'm going to take a pause on Kamino for a while because making this new designs takes some time. So in the meantime, I'm going to build Endor, and I'm going to make a small mini series of Endor, and I'm going to be building Kamino in the background because, you know, like I said, it takes a lot of time. So if I make updates every week, it's going to be way too boring. So as you can see, there's not really much progress right now. So yeah, so until the next time, and I hope you enjoy. And you can also, as always, you can make suggestions on how I'm going to make this small area thicker. I already have some ideas where I need to order parts, so yeah. I'm really, it makes me happy to hear some feedback as always. And yeah, so see you next time.